Design thinking is the process of understanding your user, challenging assumptions, and creating innovative solutions to prototype and test. Why is this important? So you can generate ideas quickly, rapidly prototype, and identify your target audience. Overall, it will help you build and develop better products, services, and processes. A term you may hear frequently in the design thinking conversation is rapid prototyping. In the UX world, rapid prototyping involves quickly creating mock-ups of a tool before it's built in production. This allows for UX or UI to be validated by users before it's built. The idea behind rapid prototyping is that it allows for better designs because feedback is received much earlier in the development process. Long term, this makes your development process more efficient because fewer changes and updates are needed since fixes are addressed earlier in the planning process. Back to design thinking. Design thinking is especially helpful when you're solving complex problems. The process focuses on being human-centered and rapidly moving forward. Approaching the problems with this process allows you to innovate based on your users' needs. Design thinking involves 5 phases: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. Let's walk through the 5 phases. Phase 1. Empathize. First, you need to develop an empathetic understanding of the problem you're trying to solve. The best way to gain empathy is to conduct user interviews with your users. User interviews are a great way to understand your users' needs, beliefs, and desires. Phase 2. Define. Once you've completed your user interviews from Phase 1, analyze them to define the core problem that your team wants to solve. These definitions are called problem statements. You also may want to create personas to keep your research human-centered. Phase 3. Ideate. Now that you understand your users' problems, it's time to ideate. At this point, don't hold back. No idea is a bad idea. Try to think outside the box and let go of traditional boundaries. Pushing past obvious solutions will get your team to break through ideas. A whiteboard and sticky notes will come in handy in this phase. Add every idea to the board so that nothing gets lost. If you are leading this stage, make sure people feel safe to jot down ideas. If needed, you can have ideas submitted anonymously. Make sure to allot enough time for free-flowing ideas and discussions before you start narrowing down to an idea that stands out. Phase 4. Prototype. Now it's time to experiment. Take each problem that you've identified and start developing solutions for the problem. Design thinking focuses on rapid prototyping, so don't get bogged down with designing the perfect solution. Developing the ideal user experience can come later. Design thinking is more about developing ideas than testing those ideas to uncover optimal solutions. Phase 5. Test. Now that you've prototyped solutions, it's time to test out those ideas and concepts. Put them in front of customers and see what they think. Understand if your solution resonates with them and if it solves the problem at hand. With design thinking, teams have the freedom to come up with innovative solutions. Remember, the stages of design thinking are not always sequential, and teams often run them in parallel, out of order, and repeat them in an iterative fashion. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the Playbook UX channel for more on product and UX.